Okay, so we're back in chapter 3 and we're going to look at time and specifically two very important time questions in Spanish. They're very similar, yet they're very different. Let's look at how do they differ? What do they mean? So the first question is ¿Qué hora es? What time is it? Versus ¿A qué hora es? At what time is it? Uh, The second question is very different, and it contains, again, the word a or at. So let's take a little closer look at these two questions. A, or excuse me, ¿Qué hora es? What does ¿Qué hora es mean? ¿Qué hora es means what time is it? That is, what time does it read on the clock at this moment? If you look at your watch, your clock, your phone, what time does it read right now? And it's answered in one of two ways. If it's currently 1 o'clock, you would start off answering es la una. Okay, and then es la una y 10, es la una y media. Okay, es la una y 50. Or if it's not 1 o'clock, we would answer back with son. Generally, we're going to answer back with son when this question is asked because we use son with 2 to 12 with the plural hours. So son las dos, son las tres, son las cinco, son las ocho, son las 12. What about a que hora es? So a que hora es is a different question. A que hora es means at what time is it? It could be an event, a class, a game. This question starts with the word at, or in Spanish, a. Okay, and how would we answer it? Well, we would answer it back es, a, las, and then just give me the hour. Es a las dos, es a las tres, es a las cuatro, es a las 5:30. And if it's 1 o'clock, it would be es a la una, es a la una y media. So again, that's how we would answer this question. And again, they're very different questions. Que hora es is asking you what time is it, and a que hora es is asking you at what time is a specific event or does some action occur. Or why can these two-time questions confuse English speakers? Just quickly, in English, what time is it is used when the speaker wants to know the current time. So if I want to know what the time is right now, I would ask you, what time is it? Okay. But I also use it to ask other types of time questions. So I would use, what time is it? Or the English speaker would use it when he or she wants to know at what time an event will occur or at what time something will be done. So let's take a look. In English, we could ask, what time is the class? So what time will an event occur? Or when will something be done? What time do you study? Now look at in Spanish what happens. The question changes. It's a que hora es la clase. At what time is the class? Not que hora es la clase. And what about an action? We want to know when a specific action will occur. A que hora estudias? What time do you study? Okay, not que hora estudias, but a que hora. So again, in Spanish, they use this word at or a in both these cases. In English, we don't. So let's look at a schedule question. You should all be familiar with schedules, the days of the week, the time. Um, and the word for schedule, as we learned in chapter 3, is el horario. And Bob's schedule would be stated as el horario de Bob. And so here we have the days of the week: lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves y viernes. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And along the side here we have la hora, the time. And then we have his university schedule, the different classes he takes: química, matemática, and español. So chemistry, math, and Spanish. So let's try to answer some of these questions based on the above schedule. So we have 3 questions here. So based on Bob's schedule, select the correct answer. So let's look at our question. ¿A qué hora es la clase de química? So we want to know what time a certain event occurs. When does the class occur? So we ask it, ¿a qué hora? Okay. Now, how would we answer that question? ¿A qué hora es la clase de química? What time is chemistry class? So we see chemistry is, it starts at 9. It's at 9. So how are we going to answer it? Would we say A, son las 9? Is that how we would answer it? Would we answer B, es a la 9? Or C, would we answer it back, es a las 9? The answer is C, es a las 9. It is at 9 o'clock. The only way I can say 9 o'clock is las 9. I have to have the plural feminine definite article las 9. And it is es. At is a. I have to answer back, it is at 9 o'clock. C has all the correct ingredients. Look at number 2. ¿A qué hora es la clase de español? Okay, what time or at what time is Spanish class, right? In English, we would ask, what time is Spanish class? In Spanish, it's ¿a qué hora es la clase de español? So we see that Spanish here, we look at the horario, we see the Spanish starts at 11. So what's the correct answer? How would we answer back? This class is at 11. How would we say that? Is it A, es las 11? Is it B, es a las 11? Or is it C, son las 11? The answer is B, es a las 11, right? It is at a las 11, 11 o'clock. C is definitely wrong. Can everyone see why C is completely wrong? Because the question is, what time is Spanish class? Okay, son las 11 means it is 11 o'clock right now when I read my watch or I look at my phone. Okay, if I ask you what time does an event occur, you have to tell me it is at, and then you give me the time. And the only one that does that is B, es a las 11. Let's look at question 3. It first gives us a little scenario here. We should be able to understand what this basic sentence says. Okay. Bob mira su reloj. Reloj means watch or clock. So mirar is to watch. So Bob looks or watches his watch. Y él lee 10:30. So E means and, él, he, lee is the verb leer, he reads 10:30. So now the question here in number 3 is, ¿Qué hora es? What is that question asking you? What time is it right now? All right. So we see that it's 10:30 because it says he looks at his watch and he reads 10:30. So how would you answer that? Es 10:30? B, ¿Es a las 10:30? Or C, son las 10:30? C, son las 10:30. Okay, if I'm asking you what time is it, and it's any time from 2 to 12, it has to start off with a son, and then 10 o'clock is las 10, and then 10:30 is las 10:30. So I hope you see the difference between these two questions.